Gaber.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to more first-round action in this season's high school challenge from Michigan Television. We've got two terrific teams ready to play, so let's meet our players right away, shall we? First, from North Branch High School, we have Mike Opperman. Mike is a sophomore involved in varsity soccer and theater. He's on the honor roll, has perfect attendance, undecided right now on career and college path. Amanda Griffin is a sophomore at North Branch, is in the band, enjoys tutoring, is in Who's Who in American High School students and on the honor roll, undecided on a college and looking at a career in either math or English. Alyssa Pratt is the captain of the North Branch team. Alyssa's a senior, member of the National Honor Society, active in theater, church youth group, Metropolitan Detroit Youth Chorus, and the church softball team. She's a member of the honor roll and the National Honor Roll. Is undecided on a college, plans on majoring in nursing and biblical studies. Jacob Kristovchek rounds out the North Branch team. Jacob is a junior, active in drama, Beacon Citizenship Award winner, member of the National Honor Society and National German Honor Society. He's going to the Goethe Institute in Germany to teach German. That rounds out our team from North Branch. Now let's meet the team from Linden High School. There we have Brittany Franskowiak. Brittany is a sophomore, a member of SAD, plays softball, plans to attend Eastern Michigan University for a degree in secondary education. Zach Beauvais is a sophomore, is class president, active with football, track, and powerlifting, hopes to attend the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor for a mechanical engineering degree and eventually run a major company. Jessica Hagan is the captain of the Linden team. Jessica's a senior, Quiz Bowl captain and part-time job at a scrapbook shop, is an academic award winner from Linden High School, is a MEEP scholarship winner and a Michigan Merit Award contestant, hopes to attend, or is attending MSU for fall 2004 to major in marketing. And rounding out the Linden team is Kamal Sefa. Kamal's a senior, is a member of the Honor Society, track, cross-country, he's class president. Is uncertain right now as far as career path and college goes. Those are our players for our two teams. I remind you that High School Challenge is judged by Julie Pritchett of Genesee Intermediate School District. Our scorekeeper for today's game is DeAndre Gentry. Teams were ready to go. Here are your rules now for round one. I'm about to ask you a series of questions worth 10 points apiece. Player buzzing first may answer when I recognize you. If you're correct, your team scores the 10 points. If you're incorrect, the other team gets a shot at the same question. Remember, you may interrupt me at any time I'm asking a question. There's no point penalty for incorrect answers. However, at that point, I would repeat the entire question for the other team. Good luck. Here we go. It contains most of the mass of an atom because it's where the protons... Zach Linden.
The nucleus?
Nucleus is correct. The lowest temperature ever recorded in the United States was at Prospect Creek Camp in northern Alaska on January 23rd, 1971. Was it negative 40, negative 60, or negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit? Zach Linden.
Negative 80 degrees?
That's correct. The least expensive four-year undergraduate institutions in the United States are free, all expenses paid. Zach Linden.
Where are the military academies? West Point?
That's acceptable. I needed you to name it. Next toss-up. A conch shell, the head of a pig, and Piggy's glasses are Zach Linden.
Lord of the Flies?
Lord of the Flies is correct. As a noun, it refers to a station at the end of a journey. As an adjective, it refers to a disease that will end the patient's life. Amanda North Branch.
Terminal?
Terminal's correct. Walking down this street, you'll pass the National Archives, the United States Navy Memorial, the FBI building, and the White House. Jessica Linden.
Pennsylvania Avenue?
That's correct. In his Tales of a Wayside Inn, you'll find one of his most famous poems, Paul Revere's Ride. Kamal Linden.
Longfellow?
Longfellow's correct. Jane Addams, Lincoln Steffens, and W.E.B. Du Bois all signed the 1909 charter of the oldest United States civil rights organization. What is it? Jacob, North Branch.
The NAACP.
That's correct. In 1798, Henry Cavendish became the first to accurately measure the mass and density of a very large object. What was it? Zach Linden.
Was the Earth?
The Earth. That's correct. Your next toss-up teams, he had a big mirror with an ebony frame, and he liked to stand in front of it, dressed in plumes, turbans, gold chains, and embroidered robes, and paint his self-portrait. Who was this Dutch artist? Kamal Linden.
Rembrandt.
Rembrandt is correct. This Mediterranean island was once famous for its copper mine. Jacob, North Branch.
Cyprus.
Cyprus is correct. He never fought in the Civil War. In fact, he was born 6 years after it ended. But he wrote the best novel, Brittany Linden.
Stephen Crane.
Stephen Crane is correct. Despite its flowery name, it was a bloody and bitter 15th century war. Zach Linden.
War of the Roses.
War of the Roses is correct. Here's your next toss-up teams. The Bush administration wants to dismantle the federally funded railroad that connects 500 cities in 46 states. What is this 22,000, Kamal Linden?
The Union Pacific.
It's incorrect. The Bush administration, Mike, North Branch.
Amtrak.
Amtrak is correct. This light metal is never found in a pure form, yet it's the most abundant metal. Zach Linden.
Aluminum.
Aluminum is correct. Your next toss-up teams. It begins, the Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes on income. Which amendment to the Constitution is it? Brittany Linden.
The 24th.
It's incorrect. North Branch. North Branch, Mike.
16th.
16th is correct. Next toss-up. It's the Hebrew word for Saturday. The Zach Linden.
Sabbath.
Sabbath is correct. Shakespeare's contemporary, he wrote the plays Volpone and The Alchemist. Who was this poet and playwright? Alyssa, North Branch.
Marlowe.
Marlowe's incorrect. Linden. Time's up. Ben Jonson is the answer. Next toss-up. When measured from the sea floor, it's the highest mountain in the world, more than 6 miles high. What is this Hawaiian? Jacob, North Branch.
Mauna Loa.
It's incorrect. When measured from the sea floor, it's the highest mountain in the world, more than 6 miles high. What is this Hawaiian peak? Jessica Linden.
Diamond Head.
Also incorrect. Mauna Kea is the correct answer. Your next toss-up. Calm your heart, control your breathing, swallow hard, and tell us what part of your brainstem controls heartbeat, breathing, and swallowing. Time's up. The medulla oblongata is the answer. Your next toss-up. Tikal and Copan were two of the great cities of this civilization. What was this empire? Jacob, North Branch.
Mali.
Mali's incorrect. Linden. Linden, Zach.
Inca.
Mayan. Here's your next toss-up. Most of human DNA is in the cell nucleus, in the chromosomes, but there is also, Brittany Linden.
Mitochondria.
That's correct. Your next toss-up teams. The Mediterranean Sea, the Adriatic Sea, the Ionian Sea, and the Aegean Sea, and the Black Sea all surround this European peninsula. Jacob, North Branch.
Greece.
Greece is incorrect. The Mediterranean Sea, the Adriatic Sea, the Ionian Sea, the Aegean Sea, and the Black Sea all surround this European peninsula. What is it? Brittany Linden.
Balkan.
Balkan is correct. Toss-up team. One of the world's great crop pests. They excrete, Zach Linden.
Locusts.
It's incorrect. One of the world's great crop pests. They excrete a substance known as honeydew, a major source of food for ants. What are these creatures? Jacob, North Branch.
Aphids.
That's correct. In various adventures, he's called the Long Rifle, Leather Stocking, Hawkeye, the Deer... Alyssa, North Branch?
Natty Bumppo.
Natty Bumppo is correct. He is buried with his mother Gladys in the Meditation Garden at Graceland in Memphis. Jessica, Linden.
Elvis Presley.
That's correct. In December, he was voted the least trustworthy politician in Great Britain. Who is Kamal Linden?
Tony Blair.
Tony Blair is correct. According to tradition, it was founded April 27th, 753 on the banks of the Tiber River. Jacob, North Branch?
Rome.
Rome is correct. Next, there's the bell. That's going to end round one, and we've got a good one going. North Branch, you do trail at this point, so that gives you the first crack at round two, our lightning round. I'm about to give you a choice of 3 categories. Once you've selected, you'll have 60 seconds to answer up to 10 questions in that category. Remember, you may consult during this round. No need to buzz in, but I'll only be accepting answers from Alyssa, your team captain. If you don't know an answer, you must say pass before I move on. We'll give you 10 points for each correct answer, a 20-point bonus if all 10 are correct. Once your 60 seconds is up, North Branch, Linden, you'll have 30 seconds to answer anything they missed, passed, or didn't get to, and then we'll repeat the process. North Branch, your choices for this game are in the AM, bone us points, that's B-O-N-E us points, or imagine that.
In the AM.
Okay, in the AM is your category. It's a little amusing, but not all that ambiguous. All of the following people, places, and things have names that begin with AM. For 10 amazing points each, identify these. I begin with number 1, the largest city of the Netherlands.
Amsterdam.
Correct. Kelly Clarkson, Reuben Studdard, and Clay Aiken all won fame on this TV show.
American Idol.
That's correct. So be it in Hebrew.
Amen.
Correct. NH3.
Ammonium.
Correct. I love in Italian, or in Latin.
Amor.
That's incorrect. These warrior women fought in the Trojan War.
Amazon.
That's correct. This is yachting's most prestigious prize.
America's Cup.
America's Cup.
That's correct. They're single-celled organisms in the phylum. Say again?
Amoebas.
That's correct. This Mennonite sect is featured in the movie.
Amish.
That's correct. If you've forgotten the name for this mental condition, it's only appropriate.
Amnesia.
That's correct, and that is 9 out of 10. Okay, Lyndon, you now have 30 seconds. Let's go back to it. I love in Latin.
Amore.
That's incorrect. It's simply amo. Okay, Lyndon, your choices now are bone us points or imagine that.
Imagine that, please.
Okay, there are any number of places you can imagine traveling to, and some of them may be in this quiz. For 10 points each, identify these imaginary places. We begin with number 1. It's where Harry Potter goes to school from platform 9.
Hogwarts.
That's correct. King Arthur's legendary court.
Camelot.
That's correct. Jim Hawkins and Long John Silver sail to this island.
Treasure Island.
That's correct. On the WBTV series, it's where Clark Kent grows up as Superboy.
Smallville.
That's correct. Alice got to this land.
Wonderland.
That's correct. In The Phantom Menace, Anakin Skywalker grows up on this desert planet.
Tatooine.
That's correct. Thomas More created this ideal society in 1516.
Utopia.
That's correct. Gulliver visited this country of little people.
Lilliputian.
That's correct. Gulliver also visited this country of giants.
Fabricatia.
It's incorrect. Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, Tonga,
100 Acre Woods.
That's correct. And that's 9 out of 10 as well. North Branch, you'll have 30 seconds for this. Gulliver also visited this country of giants.
Brobdingnag.
That's correct. And with that, we come to the end of our 60-second round. A lot of points scored. We'll be totaling those all up. But first, I want to introduce you to our contingent from North Branch High School. North Branch is coached by Gordon Winther, and alternates include Kevin Valley, Jason McCorkle, Trey Bazanaw, Tina Yeller, John Yeller, Jerome Ankley, David Turcott, Zach Guerrero, Shayna Pratt, Abigail Wise, and Brian Lauer. And now we're going to take a break and be back for some extra credit right after this. Okay, we have a great game going here, especially when you consider we have extra credit coming up. But first, I want you to meet our contingency from Linden High School. Linden is coached by Tim Holcomb, and alternates today include Nathan Giddings and Eric Hauser. Welcome to all of you, and welcome back to you at home as we're ready for our extra credit round. Teams, the rules for this round are essentially the same as the first round. You'll have toss-up questions. Difference here is a correct answer to a toss-up earns you a shot at 10 points worth of extra credit. On the extra credit teams, you may consult. I'll take the captain's answers on those, but I remind you to consult on extra credit only and not on the toss-ups. When the bell sounds at the end of the game, if I'm in the middle of a toss-up extra credit cycle, we play all the way through that cycle before the game is over. Here we go with your first toss-up. The 16 tallest peaks in the United States are in this state, including the tallest one, Mount McKinley. Brittany, Linden.
Alaska?
Alaska is correct. Linden, St. Peter's is in Rome, St. Paul's is in London. In what U.S. city is the Cathedral Church of St. Peter and St. Paul?
Boston, New York.
Boston?
It's incorrect. Washington, D.C. It's actually the name of the National Cathedral. Here's your next toss-up. Bird, fish, or reptile, what kind of creature was the fossil called Archaeopteryx? Jacob, North Branch.
Bird.
Bird is correct. North Branch, this branch of physics is based on 3 laws: the conservation of energy, the law of entropy, and the law of absolute zero. What is this study of the relationship between heat and work?
Thermodynamics.
That's correct. Your next toss-up. Of Aunt Jemima, Orville Redenbacher, Betty Crocker, and Duncan Hines, which one was not a real person? Jessica Linden.
Betty Crocker.
That's correct. Linden, until 1960, it was called French Sudan. When it became independent, it took the name of a great medieval African empire. What is this West African country southwest of Algeria and west of Niger?
Mali?
Mali is correct. Toss-up teams. They were the right-wing fundamentalists of their day, the most radical wing of the 17th century English Puritanism. Let's see, Jessica Linden.
The Pilgrims.
That's correct. Linden, this college in Cambridge, Massachusetts, was named for the woman who wrote one of the first Gothic novels, Mysteries of Udolpho, in 1794. What was her last name?
Amherst?
Incorrect. Radcliffe. That's the correct answer. Here's your next toss-up. If the sum of 2 angles is a straight angle, what Brittany Linden.
Supplementary angle.
That's correct. Linden, it's the SI unit of pressure, named for the French scientist who is equally famous as a philosopher for his pensées or thoughts. Who was he?
Oil. Joule. No.
Atmosphere?
Correct. Blaise Pascal is the answer. Your next toss-up. There are 4 sections of a symphony orchestra, including brass, strings, and percussion. What's the... Jessica Linden.
Woodwind?
That's correct. Linden, in July 1985, when Ronald Reagan went into surgery and designated George Bush acting president, which amendment to the Constitution did he invoke?
What's the 25th? 25th?
Yeah.
25th.
That's correct. The piranha is a voracious, flesh-eating South American river fish. Before it bites you, spell piranha. Brittany Linden.
P-I-R-H-A-N-A.
It's incorrect. You may take it. North Branch, Alyssa.
P-Y-R-H-N-A.
Also incorrect. You both had you had the H's in the wrong place. Piranha. Here's your next toss-up, teams. Mombasa is the largest port in this African country. Nairobi is its capital. Amanda, North Branch?
Kenya.
Kenya's correct. North Branch, true, nervous, very, very dreadfully nervous. I had been and am. But why will you say that I am mad? What 1843 tale about an obsessed murderer did Edgar Allan Poe begin with these words?
Telltale Heart.
That's correct. Toss-up teams. It is a clear, colorless liquid that appears pale blue when viewed through a thickness of 6 meters. What is this common compound? Mike, North Branch.
Salt water?
Can I accept that? I will accept that. Salt water or water. We'll take that. North Branch, 6 degrees, 12 degrees, 20 degrees, or 24 degrees. Approximately how far apart are the hands of a clock at 12:02?
6.
12. Here's your next toss-up. In 1866, he published Battle Pieces and Aspects of the War, a collection of 72 poems of Zach Linden.
Whitman?
It's incorrect. In 1866, he published Battle Pieces and Aspects of the War, a collection of 72 poems about the Civil War. Was it Melville, Hawthorne, or Whitman? Alyssa, North Branch.
Melville.
Melville's correct. North Branch, it's the capital of the Cayman Islands. It's the oldest section of Washington, D.C. It's the capital of Guyana. What's the name?
Cayenne.
It's incorrect. Georgetown is the correct answer. Here's your next toss-up. It has single reed pipes called drones and other pipes with finger holes called chanters. It is played by Alyssa, North Branch.
Bagpipes.
Bagpipe is correct. North Branch, in the base 16 or hexadecimal system, the decimal number 255 is written FF. What is the hexadecimal equivalent of 256? Time is up. 100 is the correct answer. Here's your next toss-up. Eggshells and seashells are phosphates, pearls, and pearls and marble are carbonates of this common element. What element has the symbol Ca? Jessica Linden.
Calcium.
Calcium's correct. Linden, this is yours. It was named for a castle that stood nearby. What was this Battle of the 100 Years' War fought October 25th, 1415?
Hastings, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hastings.
It's incorrect. Agincourt is the correct answer. Your next toss-up. Movies which have received this controversial rating include Showgirls, Jessica Linden.
X.
X is incorrect. Movies which have received this controversial rating include Showgirls, Kids, The Story of O, Last Tango. Jacob, North Branch.
NC-17.
NC-17 is correct. North Branch, the electric charge of your nervous system is caused by the exchange of two chemical ions across the membrane of a neuron. What are those two chemical elements?
Calcium and sodium.
Say again, please.
Calcium and sodium.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Sodium and potassium is the correct answer. And behind me, you heard our bell. That means our game is over, but what a game. A lot of points scored. Congratulations to Linden for moving on in this competition. North Branch, congratulations on a game well played. You are in the running for our wild card position. Good luck to you in that and the remainder of your academic competitions throughout the year. We have more academic competitions right here on High School Challenge. We'll be back, but until then, I'm your neighbor. Have a good day. High School Challenge is a co-production of Michigan Television and the Genesee Intermediate School District.